Alright guys, I'm gonna get deep really quick. So, most of us already know that our thoughts create our reality. But there's a lapse of time in between a lot of the times. So you could have a negative thought right now and it doesn't manifest until later. So let me just really quickly try to explain that if we are all having negative thoughts, this entire planet, except maybe a 0.01%, a very small percentage of people, because most people are just, watching the news, watching horror films, not realizing that it's affecting their energy and their thoughts, and they're putting those thoughts out there. If we're doing that unconsciously, how would you expect that our planet wouldn't look like a catastrophe 24/7? If most of us are having catastrophic thoughts, consciously or unconsciously, and we know that our collective energy and what happens on a collective scale is made up of each of us, because each of us, individual humans, create the collective, how can we even be surprised of the pain and suffering in the world? Now, this is the thing. If you're able to hear these words and understand them, if you're able to hear these words and understand them, that means you are here as a light worker, and it's up to you to bring light. So you need to find a way to ground yourself and connect to whatever it is that you believe is your source. You need to connect to that higher knowing as often as physically possible right now. Because if we want our world to look beautiful, to look peaceful, if we want our world to finally change for the better, we need to be very careful about where we're letting our mind go. We need to be very careful about what type of media we're looking at. We need to be very careful about what type of movies we're watching. Now, if you're able to watch the news and stay aligned, this is up to each individual person. I know people that could look at the news and stay grounded and it wouldn't have an effect. But if you're not one of those people, you need to really check yourself. And you need to be dedicated to fulfilling your purpose here. Because if you're able to hear these words right now, then you are here for a bigger purpose than you could ever imagine. And that bigger purpose is to bring light to the world so that the light can accumulate and the light can manifest. Instead of all this darkness, all these dark thoughts, these dark emotions we've had over all of humanity manifesting into war and violence and hatred. This is really deep. So if you can understand this, that means that you need to step into your position as a light worker. If you don't know what a light worker is, it's just a word for somebody who maintains light where there is none, who brings light where there is none. You don't even have to say anything. You just have to be it. You just have to walk into each room being it. And trust me, you're changing the room, you're changing the people. You are. You don't have to say anything. And you could say something. I don't say much, but I'm beginning to a little bit more. And right now I felt I had to. But in comparison to what I don't say much. I just show up. You need to show up. We all need to start showing up more, and we need to hold ourselves accountable for showing up. And I love you guys.